Baltic grows tenser as US submarine hunters circle Russia's doorstep. President Trump raises the stakes even higher. American P-8 Poseidons now patrol near Kaliningrad, scanning for threats across NATO's new front lines. At the same time, Trump claims he's deployed a nuclear submarine lurking off Russia's coast after fresh warnings from Moscow. With drones in the Baltic, pipelines under threat, and nuclear rhetoric escalating, the standoff between Washington and the Kremlin is entering uncharted waters. The United States has deployed military aircraft capable of hunting submarines and spying to Norway, and conducted missions near Russia's territory in the Baltic Sea. Osin Technical, an open-source intelligence analyst on the social media platform X, said on September 26th that satellite imagery likely showed 2 to 3 P-8 aircraft on the ground at the military terminal of Oslo's Gardermoen airport. US Navy P-8 Poseidon patrol aircraft continue to loiter off the Russian exclave of Kaliningrad tonight. Multiple P-8s have deployed to Oslo in recent days, just a short flying time to the newly drone-plagued Baltic region. Citing flight tracking data, Osin Technical said the US Navy sent one of the Oslo-based P-8 aircraft to the Baltic Sea, off the coast of the Russian exclave Kaliningrad, bordered by NATO allies Poland to the south and Lithuania to the north and east on Friday. Kaliningrad is a major Russian military outpost in northern Europe and the Baltic Sea, which has been labelled as NATO Lake since Finland and Sweden joined the US-led military alliance following Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine in February 2022. A spokesperson for the Norwegian Armed Forces operational headquarters confirmed to local newspaper Dagbladet on September 27th that several American P-8 aircraft operated out of Gardermoen Airport to support Allied activity in Norway's immediate areas.
These are Allied American aircraft operating from Gardermoen. They are supporting Allied activity in our immediate area.
The presence of a US Navy P-8 Poseidon maritime patrol aircraft in northern Europe comes as NATO strengthens its defence posture across the Baltic region amid Russia's threat to undersea cables and pipelines and suspicious drone activity in Poland, Denmark and Norway. In late July, a P-8 stationed at Keflavik Air Base in Iceland joined a NATO-led mission named Baltic Sentry, which focuses on improving the alliance's response to destabilizing activity at sea. The Poseidon, built by Boeing, is one of the most advanced maritime patrol aircraft in the world, designed for anti-submarine warfare, anti-surface missions, and intelligence gathering. Its range is extended by in-air refueling, allowing it to patrol vast stretches of ocean. Alongside the US Navy, the United Kingdom and Norway also operate the aircraft. US President Donald Trump on September 30th said that he deployed a nuclear submarine after being a little bit threatened by Russia recently, referring to former Russian President Dmitry Medvedev's mention of the dead hand, the rumoured Soviet contingency system capable of launching every remaining nuke in the event the country's leadership is killed by a first strike.
But I announced that, based on his mention of nuclear, and it was really a stupid person that works for him mentioned the word nuclear, I moved a submarine or two, I won't say about the two, over to the coast of Russia, just to be careful, because we can't let people throw around that word. I call it the N-word. There are two N-words and you can't use either of them.
During a speech to top military officers at Quantico, a Marine Corps base outside Washington, Trump referred to the nuclear submarine as the most lethal weapon ever made, and that America remains far ahead.
But when somebody mentions it, that submarine started immediately thereafter. And it's just lurking, but I'm sure we're not going to have to use it. But it's an amazing, it's undetectable, totally. Ours is, theirs isn't. Theirs are totally detectable. We can detect them easily. We go right to the spot. But we have genius apparatus that doesn't allow detection. It doesn't allow detection at all by anybody. above water or below water. It's incredible. We're way ahead of everybody in that, and other things. As a result of the exciting renewal of the spirit of our armed forces, and that's what it is. It's really reaching that spirit, unprecedented heights.
Moscow has expanded its roster of nuclear submarines with 8 Bory-class vessels since the 2000s, the newest of which, the Knyaz Podjarsky, was launched earlier this year. Russian President Vladimir Putin said in August that Russian submarines have a military advantage because they are capable of diving under Arctic ice and thus vanishing from radar. Putin recently extended a friendly gesture to the US after Trump hinted that he wanted a nuclear deal with Russia and China. Meanwhile, former Russian President Dmitry Medvedev refuted claims by Trump, saying that the United States had not sent nuclear submarines to Russian shores as Trump had promised.
New episode of the thriller series Nuclear Subs for Posts on X. Trump once again brought up the subs he allegedly sent to the Russian shores, insisting they are very well hidden. As the saying goes, it's hard to find a black cat in a dark room, especially if it's not there.
Earlier in August as well, Trump stated that he had ordered 2 nuclear submarines to be moved to appropriate regions in response to threats from Medvedev.